Hello, I'm Amber with Mindful Yoga and Art STL, and I'm coming to you live. Not coming to you live, I'm coming to you from outside at Laumeier Sculpture Park in St. Louis. So the iconic red sculpture that is made out of old gasoline barrels is behind me, and it is one of my favorites of coming to this park. So I thought, what better way to pair things than a huge sculpture you have to look up to and to do yoga movements that relate to the head and the neck and the shoulders. So relieving some of that tension that we often get from looking up or looking down too much. There's a great quote that I'll put on the screen here. It's by Florence and the Machines, and she says, look up, don't be a shadow to yourself, always shutting out the light. So keeping your eyes open, keeping the light in your heart, keeping the awareness and the mindfulness is something I definitely want to promote here. So go ahead and get ready and get into something comfortable and have a seat on your mat, and we'll get started. All right. With a seated position here, find whatever's comfortable for you. I have a jacket here, but you can always place a blanket or something underneath your hips to just lean you forward just a little bit, to have that rotation of the hips forward rather than backwards. We're going to start with a couple of deep breaths here. Inhaling, shrugging those shoulders up to your ears and down. Inhaling and exhaling, shoulders going down. Inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and bring some stillness to your body here, and just bring the awareness to what sensations are you having in your head, in your neck, and in your shoulders today. Not labeling them good or bad, but just noticing any spots of tension, noticing any spots of tightness, noticing if you have no discomfort whatsoever. And go ahead and take a deep breath in, breathing that air and that oxygen into your head, into your neck, into your shoulders, and exhaling, open mouth sigh. Inhaling, visualizing that breath going and swirling around the neck, the head, the shoulders, and exhaling, letting out any discomfort or tension that you might have. As we slowly build the steps of awareness of our own bodies and then what's going on inside of us, also bring awareness to where you are in contact with the earth, where your hips are, where your knees are, where your hands are. Noticing where you're grounded at. It could be your basement, it could be outside, it could be in your living room. And just looking around and noticing the different things around you, colors and shapes and things around you. Not judging, but just noticing. One of the steps of mindfulness is to notice without judgment, and that is harder than people might want to admit. We all seem to have a tendency to judge, but letting go of that for this next yoga class is what I'm going to challenge you to do. One big inhale here, and open mouth exhale. Go ahead and lift the arms up. Here, we're going to grab onto our shoulders, just feeling our shoulders. And we're going to take our elbows forward, up, and back. So giant circles, I would say. Giant circles with our elbows forward, up, and back. You can also lift your chin up here. I'm closing my eyes because I didn't realize the spot that I picked is completely in the sun, which is glorious actually, but a little hard to see. And then switch directions. All right, feeling your shoulders, feeling that movement in your shoulder blades as you move your elbows forward and backwards in giant circles. Inhale, lift up with your fingertips to the sky or to the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to clasp our hands and just go ahead and take those hands to the base of your neck here. From the base of your neck, we're going to do some gentle head circles supporting the base of our neck. So looking up, drawing a big circle with our nose this time, looking up and around to maybe to the left first. And then switching directions off to the right. Awesome. And just bringing your gaze up, bringing your gaze down. We're going to go into a slow cat-cow here. So you may unclasp your hands and just gently touch your shoulders as you look up. And as you curve in, bringing your chin to the chest, leaning back, drawing the back of your upper body behind you. Inhale, drawing your chest forward and up. Exhale, sinking the belly button in towards your spine. Modified cat-cows here. All right, one more inhale. This time, let's go ahead and bring our fingertips up once again. And exhale, we're gonna grab each elbow. So first we wanna lean off to the right side, taking that left elbow above us, pulling that left elbow, stretching down the left side of our body. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, off to the right. Bringing awareness into your shoulders as you do this 2 more times. Change your gaze. Be playful with these movements. Always do what feels comfortable and back out of anything that makes you have pain. So leaning off to the left and leaning off to the right. We're going to drop one hand to the mat. So I'm going to drop my left hand to the mat first. Place my right hand not on the top of my head, but in between my ear and the top of my head. And I'm going to slowly bring that right ear to the right shoulder. I want you to think about not only bringing the tailbone into the earth and drawing the top of the head up, but also drawing the top of the head up and into this hand. So not an exaggerated movement. We're not pressing down on the head, but just lifting up into the support of your hand. I love the idea of lifting up into the support, or being lifted into the support. Inhale, reach up with the fingertips. Exhale, switch. This time, once again, bracing the top of the side of your head with your left hand. Right fingertips reach down towards the earth. Once again, play with your ear here and play with the direction of looking forward or back, finding what gives you the best stretch and what feels comfortable. Inhale here and exhale. Once again, we're going to do large shoulder rolls, this time lifting up our arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, big arm circles, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Think about top of your hands are reaching forward, and at the top with the exhale, hands flip over and we reach towards the earth with our palms. Just give it a try, and then we're going to do it backwards. So inhale here, we're going to inhale, exhale. Nah, we're just going the opposite direction. Try that. Opposite direction. I made it too complicated there. Exhale. And exhale. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and come into our knees here. We're going to do some cat-cow stretches. Well, some different variations of cat-cow stretches. So from this position here, we're going to come into a seated position, hips onto our heels, tops of the feet pressing into the earth. We're going to inhale and reach up to the sky, and exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, reach up to the sky here, and exhale, reaching it down to the earth, sitting back down onto the heels. And one last time, inhale here, and exhale. Come into a tabletop position, and we're gonna spread our fingers wide here, pushing down through our hands, spreading those shoulder blades apart behind us, really activating our shoulder girdle and our shoulders here. Let the head and neck just hang loose. We're going to push into the earth here and hug our right knee in and underneath us. Exhale, kick that right foot out behind us. Inhale here and exhale, coming down to your forearms. Inhale and exhale, coming down to your forearms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back into that position where your foot is kicking directly behind you. And we're going to slowly lift up the left hand as we drop that right foot to the earth behind us. Okay, let's do that again. Hug the knee in and underneath you. Right foot kicks out behind you. Drop those right toes. Ground down into the earth with the right hand and reach up. And drop the hand one more time. Knee hugs in and underneath you. Kick it back. Drop the toes and reach up with the left hand. That's all good. Cute doggos. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, hand down into the mat. Let's go ahead and do that on the left side. So inhale, hug the knee in and underneath you with the left heel or the left knee. Left heel comes out behind you. We're going to press down into the earth. Do 3 of those, coming down to your forearms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, shoulder blades pull apart. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and spread those left fingers wide here and slowly drop those left toes to the earth. I'm going to move my blocks. Left toes to the earth, right fingers come up. Touch it down with the right hand. Left knee comes in and underneath you. Kick it out. Take the toes down. Right hand goes up. One more time. Inhale, hug the left knee in and underneath you. Kick it back. Right fingers come up as toes ground down into the earth. It may help to move obstacles that are at the back of your mat away from your toes. Inhale and exhale. We're going to stay here in tabletop position. I'm going to adjust some things really quick so I'm not showing my undies to the world. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the shoulders in a couple of different ways too. So if you're not familiar with threading the needle, we're going to walk our hands one handprint forward from tabletop position. We're going to reach up with the right hand here. And we're going to exhale, bring that right hand in between your thighs and your left wrist. And we're going to go ahead and set that right shoulder down on the mat. You can reach the left hand forward here, or go ahead and bend that left arm behind you. Letting the weight of our body really stretch out the right arm here and the right shoulder. Press down with the left hand, lift up with the right shoulder. Once again, we're going to do this on the opposite side. So inhale, reaching up with the left hand here, and exhale, threading it through. Right. Go ahead and set it down behind you. One more deep breath here. Press down with the right hand, lift up with the left shoulder, coming into that tabletop position once again. We're going to slowly come into a laying position on our bellies, but we're going to get there by doing puppy pose too. If you're not familiar with puppy pose does require us to come down on our forearms, press down into the earth here, and then slowly walk our hands forward. So puppy pose is not only a combination of downward dog, but it's also downward dog and kind of a child's pose at the same time. So find what's comfortable for you. Maybe forearms feels good enough. Send the hips up and back and reach forward with the fingertips. And actually, I do want to keep the hips above the knees here, actually, for the best stretch. And then if you want to activate it one more way, you can kind of claw the earth in front of you. Awesome. Puppy pose is one of those ones that is a position of surrender at times, to just breathe and let your body sink into the pose. Sometimes there's a tug-pull that happens in our mind that we don't let ourselves relax. But see if you can just let go and let yourself relax. You can also let go, reach your hands back here. And once again, touch the back of your neck or the base of your neck. And then coming into that puppy pose, let's go ahead and walk our knees back. Walk our knees back into a Sphinx pose. So I'm going to move some things behind me here. I think I need to position myself a little bit better. So with Sphinx pose, we are on our forearms, fingertips are pressing into the earth. We're lifting our lower back here by pressing our body, not only through our fingertips, but through our forearms. Inhale here. Exhale. Go ahead and we're going to come to a position where our arms are going to come out to the side. So we're making a big T with our body, and we're going to slowly take our body off. So we're going to lift our left hip and let it roll backwards here. Take our left hand up, and we can touch the side of our body, reach it forward. You can keep that T position or see if you can bring that arm down. We're stretching through that right shoulder once again, but just in the opposite way that we did with the threading the needle position. If this hurts or is uncomfortable at all, don't tilt your body as much. You don't have to lean back that far. It's okay. Inhale here, coming back to a flat laying position. Once again, come into that Sphinx for a moment. Inhale, lift up with your chin and chest, pressing down through your forearms. And then slowly coming down into a laying position. Arms come out wide to the side in the T position. And then we'll slowly make our way back, lifting that right hip and letting our body fall almost off to the side of the mat. So once again, right arm can stay in that T position, or you can take that right arm off to the side and just gently rest it on your body. We're stretching through the left shoulder here. And inhale, coming back into that flat laying position, coming into that Sphinx pose one last time. Inhale here and exhale. Let's go ahead and lift those feet up behind us. We're going to reach back, maybe not touching our legs at first, but just letting our head and neck relax onto the mat on one of our temples. So I'm going to start by resting my head on my right temple. Knees are bent, feet are flexing and pointing behind me. And I'm going to inhale, lift up with my torso and reach back towards my feet. Exhale, release it all down. Maybe coming to the opposite side, to your left temple. Inhale, lift those knees up, those feet are up in the air, or bend the knees and lift the feet up into the air. One more inhale and lift the chest up and reach back with those fingers towards the feet. We're going to do this 2 more times. If you have the flexibility, you can turn this into what's called a bow pose. Inhale, reaching up, grabbing onto the tops of the feet. And exhale, release it down. Inhale, lifting up, reaching towards the tops of the feet. So you're grabbing onto the tops of the feet. The tops of the feet are pulling your shoulders and pulling you backwards, and shoulder blades are touching each other almost. Exhale. 2 more times. Well, 1 more time on each side. Inhale, and once again, go with whatever feels comfortable to you. If this is all that you feel like stretching today, that is okay too. One last time. Inhale. Reach. And exhale. Release it down. Awesome. Let's go ahead and push up to that tabletop position once again. Coming into that puppy pose that we did just a little bit ago. This time I'm going to ask you to look right, look left, and look towards the center. So find a rhythm that works with your breath. And just looking right, looking center, looking left. All right, come into that tabletop position. We're going to slowly walk our hands back towards our knees here. And we're going to come into a couple of different variations of camel pose. So with camel pose, we can set our hands on the top of our hips here. And we can just slowly, ever so slowly inhale, drawing those shoulder blades back behind us, drawing the shoulders back, drawing the elbows back, looking up at the sky, bringing a slight back bend into our back. We're going to do this 3 times. So exhale, go ahead and come back down into that seated position. Inhale, coming back up into camel. If you have the flexibility, and if you so choose, you can reach back to your right heel and stretch your left hand up to the sky. You can reach both hands back and do a full camel if you so choose. Exhale, come back down into that seated position, almost like a cat pose. And one more time, inhale up into camel. Maybe reach this time towards the left ankle and reach the right hand up. And last time, coming into that seated position with an exhale. Beautiful. All right. Last but not least, we're going to do a few more movements here for our head and our neck. One movement that I just love that just helps in all kinds of regards when I have a headache or when I have other things is to just go ahead and do a simple head massage in the tabletop position. So we're going to do that before we come to our backs today. So in this tabletop position, I want you to go ahead and lower your head to the earth and just roll the top of your head on this mat. From the back of your head to the front, to the side, and all around. Maybe paying particular attention to rolling towards the back of your head to just release that neck and head out. It's actually your neck you're releasing, not your head. You're massaging the top of your head here. And when you're done coming into that tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and sit with our hips down onto the mat and then roll around so that we can come into a slow laying down position. So from here, let's go ahead and do a reverse plank. So oftentimes we do a lot of planks that work our arms and our shoulders and our core, but we don't often do a reverse plank. So send those heels out towards the front of your mat or bottom of your mat. Go ahead and fingertips are reaching towards your toes. We're going to inhale here, drawing those shoulder blades together, lifting up, pressing through our hands, pressing through the heels of our feet, and lower it all down. Reach it forward. Inhale, reach it back. Inhale here and exhale, lift it up. We're going to do this 3 times as well. Lifting up, exhale, draw it forward. Inhale. I'm going to change the position of my hands just to see what my body does differently. So this time my fingertips are reaching towards the back of the mat. Inhale here. And exhale. So just like I encourage you, play with where your hands are. Play with the stretches here. While we're in this position, we're going to go ahead and reach towards our feet with our hands in our arms here. So maybe you have a bent knee position. Maybe you can keep your legs straight, but go ahead and grab onto the base of your feet here, letting your head and neck just relax. Go ahead and take those arms behind you, continuing on to relax the head and the neck forward. Maybe you straighten your legs at this time, or keep them bent. We're going to inhale, come up to a position where you can slowly, ever so slowly, do a seated twist. And actually, I'm going to do a variation of this. So I'm going to take my fingertips to the back of the mat here, press down through my palms into the earth. And I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to cross my legs over one another. Look off to the right. So crossing the left leg over the right leg, looking off to the right side. Inhale, knees are bent. We're going to take that right leg and cross it over the left and look off over to the left. So let's do that 2 more times on either side. So left leg crosses over, looking behind the right shoulder. Switch it up. Really pressing back through those hands and palms. Shoulder blades are touching behind us. And one last time. All right, legs are stretching out in front of us here, walking our hands forward maybe just a little bit here. We're going to once again take a slow head circle to the left. And slow head circle to the right. And we're going to come down slowly to our forearms. So on our forearms, there's a couple of positions here that I wanted to show you. And one is fish pose, and we don't often do this one. But fish pose is a pose that you can take a block and put it underneath your shoulder blades and rest like this underneath your shoulder blade and rest like this in fish pose. Or you can do that without a block underneath you and just press down through the palms of your hand on either side of your body, pressing through your elbows and lifting up through your core. Your shoulder blades are touching behind you, and relax it down. So you're pulling your spine off the ground, away from you, pressing through the elbows, pressing through the forearms. Once again, 3 times in fish pose. And you can always use the block. It cradles you. It feels a little comfortable. You can sleep that way even if you want to. Let's bend the knees in towards our body and do a bridge pose now. So with bridge pose, we're not letting our body be supported on our neck. We're letting our body be supported on our arms. And by our hands pressing into the mat on either side of us. So we're going to bring our heels in so much so that we're almost touching our heels. with our fingertips. We're going to press down with our palms into the mat. Inhale, bring our hips up to the sky. Press down through your arms. Your body is resting on your shoulder blades, your arms, but not your neck. Release it down. Once again, inhale up into a bridge pose. Another use of a block here is you can rest your hips on that block and rest of your body on your heels and your shoulder blades. Slowly release it down. And inhale one last time, bridge pose. Awesome. So let's go ahead and hug those knees in towards our body here. Taking our knees off to the right side of the mat. Let's stretch our left arm out to the side, right arm cradles those knees down to the earth. You can always set a block underneath your knees too if you need to. Inhale, hug those knees in and let them fall off to the left side. And 2 more times. Inhale, hug it in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. The very last thing today before we come into our Shavasana is just slowly giving ourselves a head and neck massage. So taking your hands and go ahead and giving your head and your temples a massage, making sure that your jaw is not clenched and relaxing your jaw, and taking your hands to the back of your neck and to your shoulders and just bringing love, bringing attention, bringing comfort, and bringing support. Just like we're being supported by the earth, by the mat, by the ground or the carpet or the floor underneath us, we also can bring that same support to our own body and just give it something to rest against. So let's go ahead and come into our final resting pose of today. So we're gonna straighten our legs out in front of us and reach up through the tops of our fingertips and reach down through the tops of our toes. Inhale here, hug it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, reach it out. Inhale, reach it in. Exhale, reach out. And one last time. Okay. You can find whatever position is comfortable for you here. We're going to go ahead and stay in this position for about 5 to 10 minutes or however long you choose. So I bring my hands down to either side of my hips. Let my legs fall off to the side and just bring attention into all those body parts that we just moved. Bring attention into the breath and letting the breath slowly pull into whatever tension or discomfort may still exist, and just letting that breath relax and slowly let those muscles just release a little bit more. If Shavasana is difficult for you, go ahead and do your best. Focus on the inhale and exhale of your breath coming onto the edges of your nostril. Maybe focusing on the inhale and exhale of your belly rising and falling. And try not to let your brain get tugged in too many different directions by all the to-dos and thoughts and things. take as long as you need in Shavasana today. But I do want to say thank you for joining me for this yoga practice and watching my videos. I enjoy making videos, and I don't know if people are watching them, but I just enjoy making them. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful scenery today, because it's a gorgeous day here at Laumeier. From my heart to yours, I honor the strength and determination that it takes to keep a practice of movement, to keep a practice of mindfulness. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.